words hurt. That's what they say. Got to watch what you say, because words hurt. You know, anybody that says words hurt has never been punched in the face.
And here now to weigh in, America's favorite firebrand, Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz. Congressman, great to see you here in person.
It is good to be here. You know, classical liberals used to cherish free speech. They used to believe in a marketplace of ideas where we could all poke fun at one another and have reactions without engaging in this paradigm of cancellation and hatred. And I actually think Chris Rock was onto something when he said it all changed when words became violence. You know, I think that debate is actually what liberates us from a construct of violence. But once words become violence, then actually the scary other side of that is the left is gaslighting violence against conservatives if they don't like the words we use.
And, you know, it's interesting, some of the things he pointed out in that special. I don't know if you watched it.
I did.
But he made a joke about America and how divided we are, comparing us to Ukraine, which certainly could have offended a lot of people. But he said, you know, at least they're united behind one another. America, very divided under President Joe Biden, who said he was going to unify the country, and he's done anything but. It seems like we're more divided than ever. And you look at this selective outrage.
I don't know that Chris Rock's next performance is going to be in Crimea, where there probably is a little more division than he otherwise says.
It's so true, but I think about, you know, January 6th versus, you know, one day versus months of Antifa and BLM terrorizing our cities and the selective outrage we saw there. Look at the selective outrage when, you know, Biden said that if you don't vote for him, you're not black. If you had said that, Matt Gaetz,
oh, yeah,
you'd be crucified.
Canceled.
Canceled. Done.
And I think that the source of that division is this new age wokeness that got us away from a lot of the teachings that did unite us. I mean, think about the things that used to unite Americans. The Pledge of Allegiance. They've gone after that. The notion that Martin Luther King Jr. talked about, that we have to judge each other by what's on the inside, not what's on the outside, by the content of character. And now it seems as though we have to judge everyone by their gender choices and even immutable traits like race. I think that if we embraced kind of classical liberalism on ideas of free speech, we would be able to advance an issue set that would allow conservatives to have greater control in government, because we'd have a fair fight. And it does play out in the work we're doing on this weaponization subcommittee, because if we do nothing else, we are going to vindicate free speech. Our government should not have a role in shaping speech. These corporations that try to squelch any type of dissent need to be called out for it. And I think then we can have a robust national conversation.
That's such a great point. It's a conversation that definitely needs to be had. And, you know, we showed a clip there of Karine Jean-Pierre today in the briefing room addressing, you know, a lot that happened over the weekend. One of the concerns we're seeing right now, 4 Americans kidnapped in Mexico. Didn't seem too concerned when she spoke about it, but we have that clip. This is how the White House responded when asked. Watch this.
We stand ready to provide all appropriate consular assistance. U.S. law enforcement is in touch with Mexican law enforcement. The Departments of State and Homeland Security are also coordinating with Mexican authorities, and we will continue to coordinate with Mexico and push them to bring those responsible to justice.
All right, just reading off the paper there, you know, I think back to the concern that was shown by this White House when Brittany Griner was detained in Russia. Concerned about bringing her back. You see the discussion about these 4 Americans, and it doesn't seem to be that same level of concern. What's your take on that?
Well, it's hard for the Biden administration to appear sincere when it's their policies that have strengthened cartels and thugs and criminals in Mexico. We have seen the government of Mexico function as a captive narco state. And so when they say, oh, like we're activating the consulate, I don't know that that brings a lot of comfort to family members when they see that the real strength and power lies in the hands of the criminal element that has been broadly strengthened by Joe Biden's policies.
Well, Congressman Matt Gaetz, love having you here. Got to leave it there, but come back soon.
Will do.